Welcome back, Bilbo.
Welcome.
Pull up YouTube real quick and check to make sure.
Oh, by the
That's
way,
fine.
Noah wanted
We're in a slight intro anyway. Did Noah want to join? Welcome to another episode of D&D Volume 3, Chapter 2, Plot of the Witch. And what's going on with Ren?
This time we're gonna check if you can hear me.
Good.
Put that down.
Zoro's doing it right now. So in our last adventure, we had a bunch of fuck shit.
Goblin. Pickle knocked him out by punching it in the face.
Yeah, Pickle punched the thing in the face. That was pretty good.
Oh, I just found a big ass agate.
Today's episode, we are going to be starting being called to the King's Chambers. Obviously not Zoro, because she's nobody to the king.
Yeah, fair.
She's nobody.
Really not, like...
She's not. She's a servant girl. She's replaceable.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh,
As shitty as fuck as that is. Which is pretty shitty. Obviously not Zoro, because she's nobody to the king.
Yep, we can hear him.
Yep, we can hear you now.
yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna turn you up and everything, just so they can really fucking hear you.
Oh,
Oh!
no, that's fine.
Well then.
He said his son was like having a minor stroke earlier.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Well, meanwhile, Pickled and I are gonna be called to the king. Aaron is literally just chilling. He's a freaking low guy, you know? I mean, he's not a knight. Like, he's not necessarily a nobody, but...
The only
Yeah.
reason the king likes him is for his spider.
Exactly, and right now, the king is not gonna care. It's nothing to do with the spider, and why he calls us in.
Hopefully we get Pickle back.
Yes, we are going to be... I'm gonna be the first one to arrive. And the king is gonna be laying with he's gonna be sitting there, and there's gonna be a peasant girl sitting there crying. And she is, saying that her town was ravaged by a large wolf creature, and that it was so quick. She's like, I don't even understand how I got away. If there wasn't so many people screaming, I don't think I would have got away. I don't think anyone survived. And the king's gonna be like, that sounds like sorcery, to take out the entire town. Wolves don't attack the entire town. Like, an entire town can't take a wolf out. And she's like, it was like a human wolf. Like, it stood on 2 legs. It was definitely a creature of magic. Guys is gonna look right over at Merlin and you and be like, and just shake his head like... The king's gonna be like, don't worry, we'll deal with it. We're gonna set up an army of knights to go down to there, and we're gonna try to figure this out. And guys, he's gonna ask guys to try to figure out what's going on, and guys is gonna be like, I've heard of such creatures of the old religion. They called them werewolves. It was a person who either didn't have a choice but to change, or somebody of really dark who chose to be a werewolf and does it on purpose. So that's the basis of the start of this story, of this
Okay.
episode.
What is Pickle doing?
I don't know. But he's not here right now, so we're just gonna run with it. When he gets back, maybe the king will send him. He just won't be part of the unit
Yeah?
that gets sent out. I'm gonna immediately stop at, obviously, the house, let you know what's going on. Like, yeah, I'm going to fucking check out, apparently, a creature of magic called a werewolf. And it's gonna be pretty crazy.
Well, don't get yourself killed.
I'd bring you with me, but I don't want the king to suspect you of magic. Like, why would a knight bring his woman? So,
Fair. Just come back alive. And in one piece, preferably. It's hard to reattach a limb.
yeah, oof, excuse me. Alright, you're gonna see me leading the charge of probably about, we'll say like 1,000 other men. Nice little small patrol unit.
Small?
They used to have thousands and thousands of men in battles. Again and again. These people
Fair.
had hella men.
He's back.
So, oh?
Possibly. He's loading in.
So you're gonna see me and all of the men just start taking off, just all of us just fucking heading out of the city.
And Pickle is going to be chewed out by the king for not showing up like he ordered him to.
Yeah, we'll say Pickled slept in and woke up to, like, hey, you know, the king just sent an army out, a small army to go deal with something.
You were supposed to be there.
Yeah, you were supposed to be there. Like, oh no.
Come on, Pickle, join.
And
He must have shit reception.
Yeah.
He is. So you guys ride out.
yeah, so we're gonna ride out. It's gonna be like a week to get to this town. We're gonna say it's south. I'm actually gonna open up the map. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, it's south near Nemeth.
Nemeth Village.
Nemeth, which in parentheses is Robo or whatever.
Pull it up on my wire.
Just south of Camelot.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
So we're gonna be right on the right on that tip by fucking Senrid's land and Nemeth, and we're gonna be right at that tip.
Okay, and it looks like the king is Rodor?
Rodor, yep.
The leader. So his territory. You're just outside of his territory.
Yes. And this just happens to be a land that actually is bordering Camelot. It is in Camelot's lands, luckily. So, yeah, it's gonna be like a week journey just to get all the way there. Of course, I'm gonna head out with Prince Arthur as one of them as well. Me and Arthur are just leading the charge.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you are gonna, while we're gone, you're gonna hear of a, you're gonna hear of a high-end lady coming in.
Like somebody noble?
Yeah, like a noble lady. She's gonna show up and
She's gonna be all flirty with the king, and the king's gonna be, obviously Merlin's with us as well. The king is gonna be basically falling for her.
He's smitten with her.
Yeah.
and you think it's weird because
We'll say that you've seen, we'll say that, like, you saw her in an alleyway at night, and it made no sense, and she was all, like, hunched over and fucking around,
Mm-hmm.
And we'll say that you followed her just to find out she's a troll.
Oh my.
The troll from the last episode that
I sent another
everyone just
quality
chilled.
picture to the chat.
I'm back.
Okay, so Bilbo is riding off to go fight a werewolf with Arthur and about 1,000 other men. You slept in and didn't make it to where you were supposed to.
And the king's requesting an audience with you.
Because of that?
The king's gonna be like, so, where were you this morning? Rough night, huh?
Yeah.
He'll be like, that's alright. I have a feeling you'll be able to make it up to me.
That sounds oddly sexual. I don't like that.
He's gonna be in the guillotine with the head in the,
That's not the guild.
what is that, where you have to
Wait,
put your hands and your head in, and they throw fruit
Yeah.
at you.
You're gonna be locked in the thing that they throw food at you in
Oh, okay.
as
That is...
punishment.
Oh my
for-
god. Dark Reddit's calling me and I can't play.
Ignore him.
Yeah, we'll
I
say
am.
over, like, the next week, he's just getting shit thrown at him, and he's, also got to do his guard duties, and then, he's good. So it's been a week, I'm about to show up where I'm at, and, that's when you figured out, that's weird, the king, they haven't even known each other a week, and they're already trying to marry. You follow her just to find out she's actually a troll. So what are you gonna
Well,
do?
is it a bad troll?
Oh, it's a bad troll. She's trying to become the queen of Camelot,
Yeah.
Oh.
That's definitely
using magic on the king.
I need to get proof that she is a troll. Because I know with 100% certainty that if I just go to Uther with that information, he will have me thrown out. He
True.
will not listen to reason. So,
True. You know dang well, without any evidence, you're 100% screwed.
so I am going to
By the way, the Dark Reddit guy might join the call.
That would be pretty cool.
No, like not to play, just to probably yell at me. So probably just I vote you mute him immediately.
I probably will.
I am going to start digging through all of the books in the library to try and find, or no, all of the books at Uther's to try, or Gaia, not Uther,
Yeah.
to try and find if there's any way to reverse a spell to disguise one's appearance. and how it could be done.
Alright, Gaius is gonna look at you and be like, that's oddly specific. Is there an issue that I should know about?
Depends, are you gonna believe me?
He's gonna be like, I'm raising a sorcerer.
Fair. I don't think Uther's new love interest is human. Pretty sure she's a troll pretending to be this beautiful woman.
He's gonna look at you and say, those are serious accusations. Are you sure?
Hence why I'm trying to dig through these books to find a way
How do you
to
know?
get evidence. How do I know?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just be able to use your special book though?
You followed her.
Yeah, well, I can't use my special book.
The fuck you can't. Gaius knows you're a fucking magician. You think Merlin didn't say something?
Well, obviously, Gaius knows.
But if the king finds out you used magic to figure it out, then
Yes.
you're just as guilty as the troll.
So that's the last resort. But I followed her. Okay? I don't trust how Uther, who for 21 years never took another wife after Arthur's mother died, all of a sudden this woman comes out of nowhere and he's madly in love with her
Yeah.
after a day. That's
Gaius is gonna
suspicious.
say that, yeah, it's definitely very strange. And he says he's willing to help you. He's saying that if you just look inside your book and find a spell that you could do silently, if you were to execute it perfectly, she would become a troll in front of everyone.
Well, these books aren't helping, so I guess I don't really have much of a choice in the matter. Just trying not to do magic around the king.
Alright. Gaius is gonna call a court with the king and everything. And we'll say that Pickled shows up. He's there. He's one of the court members.
Picking
One of the
rotten tomato
knights.
out of his hair.
You're down
Yeah, he's picking rotten tomatoes and shit out of him, out of his hair. Smelling like food.
I'd probably
And
No, they throw rotten food at you.
he's gonna be like, why are we being called? Obviously the troll's right there too.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be like, yes, what is the meaning of this? And Gaius is gonna be like, sir, I don't know how to put this, but we believe that your lady here is a troll? He's gonna be like, nonsense.
Evan, quit.
That's serious accusations. You better have some form of evidence. At this point, Pickle's just like, a troll? Are you fucking serious?
What's next? First a goblin, then the woman who puts you to voice by singing, or puts you to sleep by singing. Now a fucking troll. Okay. So I'm assuming that I found a silent spell that should work.
Yes. Your book always finds something. It's just, can you do it?
I really fucking hope so. 11.
Alright. You're just barely, you're gonna get it off. Your eyes are gonna glow. No one hears you. And she's gonna start getting really fat. And all her clothes are gonna start ripping and tearing.
Warts are gonna form over her
Warts
body.
and stuff will start to form until all of a sudden she's a full-blown troll. The king's gonna look and be like, what's the meaning of this? And she's gonna look and be like, you love me, remember? And at this point, what are you doing, Pickled? You just watch this bitch become a troll.
I cross my legs and do the thinking pose.
Really?
Yes.
Some of the knights that are there are gonna pull out swords. And the king's gonna say, "Hey, how dare you pull your swords on the Queen of Camelot?" They're like, "Sir, she's a troll." He'd be like, "And?" They're gonna put their swords away and just shake their heads like, fuck. He's gonna be like, "Every knight that just pulled a sword is going to the dungeon." So, good thing you didn't pull a sword. You would have went to the dungeon with the lot of them.
So me just trying to be a little smart ass actually helped. Wonderful.
Yes. Surprising, isn't it?
Oh, I'll be back.
Okay. So, we managed to prove that he was with the troll,
Yes.
but now we gotta break whatever spell she has put on him.
Gaius is gonna look at you and be like, "I fear it might not be so easy to break this spell.
Why not?
I already know how you break a spell. When it comes to troll magic, it's very strong, very tricky. The only way to get over it is to watch somebody you love die."
Well, the only other person that Uther loves is his son, who's not here.
A whole week away.
What do you suggest I do?
He's gonna be like, "We have no choice but to let this go on and try to find Arthur."
I mean, couldn't I theoretically use magic to invoke a vision of his son dying?
You could, but again, if Uther finds out it's magic, which he will, because he'll be like, "Wait a minute, my son's not here."
Replica. Make a replica of Arthur.
Till Arthur returns home and says he has no idea what you're talking about, Father. Yeah, I really gotta think that through.
So we just have to live with a fucking troll indefinitely.
Or try to go get Arthur.
Did Merlin go with him?
Yep. Yes, he did.
There's gotta be a spell for telepathic communication.
Just will it go off?
A 10.
Alright, so it's gonna go off. And Merlin's gonna be like, "How are you in my head?"
I'll explain that later. Right now, you need to get Arthur home.
He'll be like, "Well, currently we're all searching for this werewolf. The lady was right. It's a bloodbath here. There's people dead everywhere."
Uther married a troll.
Uther, what?
Married a troll. And gave her... She is queen... There's a troll... A troll is the queen of Camelot.
He'll be like, "Oh gosh, how did you guys let that happen?"
If I could hit you right now, I would. The point is, Gaia said the only way to break the spell she has on Uther is for him to see a loved one die. So we need to get Arthur here so that we can kill him for a little while.
He's like, "That sounds awful."
Not as awful as the shit show that's going on here. There's literal horse shit in the castle.
Merlin's gonna start laughing.
And Arthur's probably gonna think he's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And he's gonna be like, "Oh, nothing, no. I'm good.
So,
It's Truck of Funny Bone."
you need to figure out some way to convince Arthur to come back to the palace.
Merlin is going to make fake footprints leading into Cedric's kingdom. and be like, look, the werewolf went that way. And Arthur's gonna be like, well, that's out of my jurisdiction. There's nothing we can do, unfortunately. And you're gonna be like, well, what do we do? He's gonna be like, well, we have to go home. We'll have to. But it's gonna be a week's journey.
Try and speed it up a little bit, Merlin. Try and speed it up a little bit.
It's gonna be a week, no matter what.
Light a fire under Arthur's ass if you have to.
We'll say 3 days after the message, we're on our way back, and an old lady's gonna walk up, and she's gonna be like, I need safe passage to Camelot. And we're gonna be like, that remove your hood, let us see your face. No offense, but you are a strange woman just coming up and asking for safe passage to Camelot. And Arthur's gonna be like, do you know who I am? She's gonna be like, you are Arthur Pendragon, Prince of Camelot. Prince to a kingdom that will fall. She's gonna start laughing, throw her hood off. We're gonna see that it is the witch from the room. Arthur's gonna immediately draw a sword. I mean, how all of us are.
Fair.
She's gonna immediately start singing, putting everyone to sleep on their horses, including the horses, just fall over, sleeping. They just get down on their legs like they do and go to sleep, and everyone's just falling asleep on their horses. Weapons falling to the ground.
Everyone except for Merlin.
Yeah. Me and Merlin.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, oh, get fucked. Are you kidding me? At this point, Merlin can use his magic too. Fuck, what am I gonna do? The Arby's useless.
You're gonna have to use magic.
We'll say if she's gonna say, if you attack me, I will kill every man here, including the precious prince. And that's gonna make us lay down our arms. Put them away, like, what is it you want? She's gonna say that she wants the king's head on a platter.
Get in line. Everybody does.
I'm gonna literally say that. Yeah, like, get in line, literally everybody does. No one likes him and the fact of having to hide magic. She's gonna look and be like, well, if you guys have you guys, I know you have magic. Why hide amongst a king that hates magic, that would persecute you? Basically, we're just gonna be sitting there having a bullshit conversation with her.
Yeah.
And she's actually gonna feel for us, like, oh, damn. That's rough. Like, yeah, we're just hoping for a better day one day. She's gonna be like, unfortunately, Uther killed my son. I have to get revenge on him.
What is revenge gonna bring you? It's not gonna bring your child back.
Just trying to think the best course of action. Because she's not gonna back down from the revenge. And I just don't feel like me and Merlin, even together, could probably take her. She's an old priestess.
I mean,
Yeah, like I'm in a really hard situation. Like I'm really thinking, like, what would the best course of action be? Like, I don't know.
Can I jump into your head? Because I mean, why would you want to stoop as low as Uther did? That would make you know better than that would make her know better than he is.
Yeah, no matter what we say, though, she's not listening. She's at the point where she's like, if you're gonna stop me, we might as well just fight right here. If I win, I kill your men too. Oh, and that's gonna be even rougher. Put us in an even tougher situation. I'm gonna look and be like, well, I swore an oath to protect the king in Camelot. I'm gonna pull out my sword. Oh, my replacement sword, of course.
So let's get this intense, I'm sure intense battle underway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have a chance, like a choice. We're gonna have to fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Merlin to stay back, use his magic for in range. I'll be the one up front.
We gotta get you a book.
Yeah. I'm gonna swing. She's gonna catch my sword and melt it again. I'm gonna be like, fuck, I have no luck with swords.
Nope.
Shit.
Maybe switch to archery.
No, it would be your turn, Merlin's turn. Oh, of course Merlin hits. Merlin's gonna send the bitch flying back into a tree. In which I'm gonna go running up for a fucking blow to the face to try to knock her out. Just straight up Superman punch before she can get her shit together. She's gonna look up and throw me back. Like, bitch, you think I'm fucking this little asshole? Yeah, right. I'm an old priestess. I'm gonna go flying back. Fucking, we'll say 20 feet in the ground. Take the wind out of me and everything. Like, oh, fuck. I'm gonna grab another knight's sword from the ground.
You don't have luck with swords.
Yeah, I really don't, but it's a weapon. I gotta arm myself. Or she'll just run me through. Back to Merlin again. Of course he fucking hits.
This is gonna be a one-on-one fight between this bitch and Merlin.
We're gonna say Merlin throws a fucking fireball at her and she goes flying back and is putting the flames out while they're on her. Like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Believe Bob.
And again, I just picked up another knight sword. I've had 2 of them burn. What up? I'm in the middle of a campaign.
We're in the middle of D&D. Better be life or death.
Nice.
And a nice battle, too. Just listen to it. Alright, so at this point, I got my 3rd sword now.
Somebody else.
Somebody else's fucking sword.
I'll be back.
I'm gonna run up and she's gonna catch it. It's gonna cut her hand, but that is it. And she's gonna be like, I don't need magic to stop you. And then she's gonna throw me back again. Alright. And I'm gonna be flying back again like, ah! At this point, I've lost 20 health with all the throws. For sure, for sure.
Just the one throw alone would have taken 10, 15 from you. you are down to 74 health.
I'm gonna be sitting there all winded like, oh, fuck. Thank God I didn't drop my fucking sword. Even if I did, I'd just pick up a new one.
Fair. There's thousands of sleeping knights around you.
And I don't have you to get a spell to wake them all up.
No, you do not.
Fucking epic ass fight with Witch Part 2. Alright, Merlin. Oh my gosh, Merlin is a beast. Merlin's gonna swing a branch from a tree that's gonna smack her right in the fucking face and knock her over. Merlin's literally smiling. He's having fun.
So Merlin's the only one doing any real damage to this bitch, huh?
Yes, it seems like still somehow she's just getting up. And it's like, what? Like, how tanky is this? Oh, holy shit. We're obviously too early in our journey to be fighting her, and she's forcing herself upon us. She wants to know she's better than us. Alright, I'm gonna get up and fucking try throwing my damn sword at her. I'm gonna throw my sword and miss. Believe it. At this point, she's gonna throw Merlin the fuck out. She's gonna throw Merlin back instead of attacking me. And Merlin's gonna be like, ah, fuck. Like, he's gonna lose some health. He's gonna get up, try to hit her back. She's gonna fucking immediately stop it. Like, he's gonna try to hit her with that tree again. She's gonna stop the tree, send it back to him, smack him in the fucking face, and be like, how do you like it, bitch?
Oh my god.
I'm literally just standing there like, I'm here still. Pick up another sword. Sword 4, by the way. Alright, and this time I'm gonna throw the fucking sword, and it's gonna go right through the side of her leg. And she's gonna fucking scream and look at me with just fucking horrendous evil
Pure
eyes.
hatred.
She's going to grab the sword and spin around and turn into a pile of bats that fly off, sword and all.
Why'd she take the sword?
I don't know. At this point, the rest of everyone wakes up, and me and Merlin are just laying on the ground like, oh.
We just got fucked up.
And Arthur's like, what the hell just happened? Like, well, fucking bitch put us to sleep, I guess, like, and targeted us, me and Merlin, for some reason, wanted us to fucking, I don't know, like, she heard that the serving boy was really good to the king, and I tried to protect him, and, I mean, I don't know why I stayed awake, to be honest. I don't know how I stayed awake. Because he's going to obviously ask, well, how's it you stayed awake? You and Merlin. I'll be like, well, she wanted Merlin. And I guess she wanted me too. I don't know, I was touching Merlin at the time, maybe? So her spell transferred to me too? He's going to be like, huh, makes sense. So, what happened? And be like, well, I frickin' stabbed her in her leg. I mean, she kept chasing Merlin in a circle, He's gonna be like, of course, Merlin. Running like a little girl. And I'm gonna be like, I just happened to act like I was asleep until just the right moment. When I stabbed her in the leg, she took off. And he's gonna believe me. I'm like, huh. Interesting. So we are going to head 2 more days. We'll say we're a day out when we start hearing wolves. We're all obviously gonna pull our fucking swords out.
Obviously.
And we're gonna see this creature as the moon. We're gonna see a fucking like kid walking up a hill, and Arthur's gonna be like, wait. And then he's gonna see him all shaken violently until he becomes this werewolf. And Arthur's gonna be like, dear God.
Don't forget you have a shield.
Yes. At this point, the werewolf's obviously gonna smell us. We're gonna be engaging in battle. It's gonna be running down the hill. I don't have any range. On top of that, 2 knights don't even have sword. Well, at least one of the knights aren't gonna have a sword.
You went through 3 swords. 1 of yours, 2 of somebody else's.
Yeah, but one of them I only threw. Oh yeah, and another one disappeared, so 2 people are not gonna have
swords. I'm gonna tell him to pass me a sword, obviously. And I'm gonna start running towards this thing. Arthur and all of us are gonna be like, charge! I'd... Oh, sweet. It's gonna fucking go for a claw over me. Miss, me and Arthur were both gonna slice it through the stomach. It's gonna fucking fall. And we're gonna realize our swords have done nothing.
That's not good.
At this point, we're gonna see somebody throws fire at it, and it goes fucking just running off.
Fair.
And I'm gonna be like, thank God. And we are gonna try to head back for Camelot as soon as possible.
Probably a good idea.
On the way, a woman will stop me. We're gonna be stopping for camp while everyone's asleep. A woman is gonna come over to me at the campfire. A beautiful woman. And she's gonna be carrying a sword. And she's gonna be like, I have a sword for the bravest knight in Camelot. And Lancelot's not there right now. So, at this point in the story, it's you. And we have heard of you. I'm a druid. We made this weapon to be able to slay the beast that haunts these forests. He's killing druids as well. They escaped. It was a little boy who escaped from druid custody. So at this point, I'm gonna be freaking out, like, oh shit. She's gonna hand me a sword. I'm gonna pull it out. Obviously, it's not Excalibur. We'll say they're gonna call this one Sword of Oni. If you wanna write that down on my page.
Sort of what?
Oni, O-N-I. It is another sword. A sword older than Excalibur that was breathed in a dragon's breath that is already dead. And I'm not allowed to let anyone else use this sword.
Okay.
And this sword is different. This sword is random. Like, random effects. No, we'll just say it just can kill the undead. Basically, it's a magic sword. So I've been entrusted with this thing now.
This powerful old sword.
We'll say as we're riding up to Camelot, villagers are running into the city being chased by the fucking werewolf. And at this point, we're gonna... I'm gonna run up to try to attack it. Completely miss. This thing is going to immediately turn its attention to me for swinging at it. It's gonna knock me right off my fucking horse. In which, drop my sword. I'm gonna pick my fucking sword back up and try to swing again. I'm gonna swing and it's gonna catch my sword. And then it's gonna get cut and bleed, and it's gonna be like, ah, and it's gonna be stinging it, and it'll be like, ah. And it's gonna turn back into a boy. And he's gonna be sitting there bleeding, like, please don't kill me. What is that? How is it you can hurt me? I'm gonna look at him and be like, that's none of your concern, with a sword pointed at him. Arthur's gonna come running up and be like, good job, and he's gonna put handcuffs on him.
Go to bed, Coraline.
And they're gonna drag him into Camelot and put him in the dungeons. Obviously,
Lay down and go to bed.
we're gonna come into the room, into the court, and we're gonna see the troll. And Arthur's gonna be like, oh.
Get out here. I can't hear what you're saying.
And then Uther's gonna be like, don't you attack my wife. Arthur's gonna be like, your wife.
What are you whining about? No, it's bedtime. Go.
He's gonna immediately look at Gaius and be like, Gaius, what happened? And Gaius is gonna say, well, you've been gone a while, sire. We'll say, with the fights an extra day. You've been gone over 2 weeks, and a lot has happened. And he's gonna be like, what? How do we break the spell? Gaius is gonna tell him, he's gonna agree. The king is gonna come in and see his son dying. And immediately start crying. The minute the tear comes out, he's gonna realize he's married a troll. And he's gonna yell for the guards. Me and Pickled are gonna run over and fucking grab her. She's gonna fucking punch Pickled. Pickled's gonna go flying through the window, fall 2 stories into a bale of hay, luckily, but get knocked out. And she's gonna grab my sword, do the same thing the boy did, and be like, ah! And then Arthur's gonna run her through while she's not looking. She's gonna fart up a storm and die.
Gross.
Or right as she dies, or right before she dies, she'll be like, she's coming. She's coming. She's coming. She's coming. And we're just like, what? She's coming. And she's gonna die.
That's a weird thing to just mumble.
I need the backup pen. At this point, I'm gonna be like, oh.
Who's coming and why?
obviously the king's gonna go back to his chambers with, and Arthur and everybody, and we're gonna go back and strategize with Merlin and everybody. I'm gonna wake Pickle up. I'll be like, Pickle! Oh my gosh, are you okay? He's gonna be like, what the fuck? I'm gonna be like, oh, you ain't even heard the worst yet. I'm gonna tell him about the whole she's coming. We're gonna sit and talk for probably 2 hours about what we think this means. So during the 2 hours, we'll say that the lower town is getting attacked by giant spiders, and they're freaking the fuck out and they're running. And Arthur's like, oh, come on! Yeah, and we're gonna all go out to fight in this major battle. We'll say while we're fighting, off in the distance, we see the old lady again, and she's carrying a sword, and the sword is pure black, with flames, like flame going around the sword, like lava going around the sword, through the blade of the sword. And we're gonna be like, oh, fuck. On the next episode of D&D, what will happen? Will the witch get what she is plotting? Will we find out what she's plotting? Where did these spiders come from, if not obvious? Are they going to kill us? Or are we going to kill them? Where is Zorro currently? Is she in the crowd of people that are running away? Find out in the next episode of D&D, Volume 3, Chapter 2, Plot of the Witch, Part 2.